Hey, this is Matt Pezon with Pezon Properties, and I'm sitting in a unit that I have under contract right now. And today I'd like to talk with you about selling your house for a job relocation and what the things to consider are. So just a really quick checklist about selling your house for a job relocation. First and foremost, this is a family decision. It's a lifestyle decision. It's a personal choice. So you really need to identify for your career, for your personal situation, your family, what are the reasons that you're looking to relocate? Really identify those reasons and do some soul searching, because at the end of the day it comes down to you and your needs. So let's assume that you've identified that you want to relocate for a new job and you are now you're thinking about next steps. The first thing to consider is, okay, well, what is my current home worth? And you could check sites like Zillow or Trulia. You could also work with a local real estate agent to try to figure that out so that you have a good sense of what you're giving up and what you're selling, but then not just what you're giving up, but also what opportunities could you have to take that cash and put it into your next home and your next location, wherever that may be. So that's the next step, is really what is your home worth? So after making sure that you want to move and it's the right thing for you, and then identifying what your home is worth, at that point, you need to figure out, okay, what's included in my relocation package? I'm going to be moving, this is for my job. What's included, what's not included? So some things to keep in mind: the actual physical travel costs, moving you and or your family to the new location, storage costs, the physical move itself, vehicles, shipping, gasoline or fuel, those type of things, any type of insurance for your belongings. What are all those costs? And is your employer going to cover those costs, or are they not going to cover those costs? Because some of the costs you might have to take on, others your employer might cover. Also, house hunting costs. You're going to be traveling to your new location to find a new property. What is it going to, who's going to pay for that? Do you pay for that? Does your employer pay for that? So that's really important to know. Really hone in and identify the scope of who pays for what, you or your employer. So that's the next step. Next, try to figure out if you're going to pay capital gains tax on the sale of your current home. Now, I'm not an accountant or a CPA, but if you do a little bit of research and speak with an accountant, you might find out that if you've lived in your current principal primary residence for 2 of the last 5 years, you may not have to pay capital gains tax on any gain in the sale of your property, on any equity that you've accumulated. So double check that, but be sure to check in on any capital gains when you sell your current home. If you've been living there for under 2 years, chances are you'll have to pay capital gains tax when you move for your new job. Next, can you deduct any work, travel, or work moving related expenses as a part of your move? Typically, the answer is no, you cannot. Now, there are some caveats. If you're active military and you meet some certain requirements, then you might be able to deduct some of those moving requirements. But typically, for the majority of people, your moving costs are not deductible. So factor that in for your tax planning. Next, how's the real estate market where you're going? Are homes selling quickly? Are they selling slowly? Is there a lot of competition among buyers or not? Where do you want to live? Why do you want to live in that location? Thinking about the school district and the price that you'll pay, and are there jobs moving into the area? So all these things you need to keep in mind for the real estate market you're going to. And the final thing is, what's your plan for housing once you sell? So you might sell your home today to relocate, but if the market's competitive where you're going, you might have to live somewhere temporarily until you close on the new house. Or if your employer is urging you to move quickly to start a new project, but you don't have a home set up yet, what are you going to do in the meantime? And what are you going to do with your current home before it sells? So these are just some things to keep in mind. Make sure you have a plan and talk with your family above all about what your options are and what the family decision should be. And talk with your employer, talk with your agent. Make sure that you're getting good professional advice as you look to relocate for your job. Hopefully this is helpful, and good luck. Take care.